Hey guys, DJ Arson here, back again with another video. This one's going to be kind of weird because, well, you'll see at the end. But this is going to be a story time about the first time I ever smoked. And a lot of the things I'm going to be talking about in this story, just don't do. It's not a good idea. I'm not saying you should do anything that you hear in this. But I'm just going to be talking about my experiences of what I did. And yeah, let's just get right into it. I hope you guys enjoy the video. So, this is a couple of years ago, and I was over, this is after school, and this is like around the weekend, right? And I go over to one of my friend's house. Let's call him Robert. I'm over at Robert's house, right? And I had forgot that a couple of days earlier, he had asked me, hey, do you want to come to my house over the weekend? I remembered that part, so that's why I went over there. The thing I didn't remember, though, he told me that his older brother was a drug dealer. So he had stolen some, well, I don't remember if he stole it or if he got it, but I'm pretty sure he stole it from his brother. He had a wax pen. If you don't know what it is, it's like a vape, but like for like wax. You smoke it, you get high. It's weed, right? And the second I get to his house, I come inside and we're chilling in his room for a little bit, and then he's like, "Hey, bro, you want to walk to the gas station?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's go." So we get up, we leave his house, and we start walking. Literally, the second we get outside, he immediately pulls it out of his pocket. And I'm like, bro, we're outside of your house. Like, is that a good idea to be doing right while we're outside? He's just like, oh, yeah, no, we're good. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, okay. And then he's like, all right, here, hit this. So I hit it. And at that time, this is the first time I'd ever smoked weed. So I didn't know, like, how to, smoke or anything like that. So I hit it, and I immediately blow it out. He's like, bro, don't do that. And I'm like, what? What's wrong? He's like, you have to inhale or, hold it in or, a second inhale to make it, that's just what you're supposed to do, right, to when you smoke weed. He's like, he tells me that, and I'm like, oh, my bad. So I hit it again. I do what he said. Just like everybody else, their first time smoking weed, you know how it is. I mean, if you don't smoke, you don't smoke. But if you do, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, we get to the gas station. We had no money, but we felt like walking, right? So we get to the gas station. We go in there. We're just chilling, walking around. The worker asks us, she's like, hey, do you guys need help with anything? We're like, nah, we're good. We're finna leave right now. So we get up. We leave. Well, we're already standing. But we leave, right? So we start walking around his neighborhood, stuff like that. And he starts telling me, like, oh, yeah, well, tomorrow my brother, he's going to take us to the to this I don't really remember what it was called, but it was like a trampoline park mixed with like jungle gym. I don't know, it was hard to explain. But he's like, yeah, my brother's gonna take us there tomorrow, and today we're just gonna go chill out, have fun around the neighborhood, stuff like that. I'm like, all right, that bet, it's gonna be pretty chill. So we go over to one of friend's house, and a lot of the kids in his neighborhood didn't go to our school because he wasn't in the district. So we went over to one of his friends' houses, and he introduces me to him and shit like that. And then we go outside and we start playing football, and a couple other kids came and joined in, right? And I was still wearing my school clothes because it was school clothes and I didn't feel like changing yet. So we start playing and stuff like that, and I'm having a pretty good time. I'm not gonna lie, I'm having a great time. And it was I think it was like a 3-on-3 or a 4v4, and they throw the ball to one of the guys, and I start chasing after him, and it was 2-hand touch, so it wasn't like tackle or anything, so it wasn't really hard. Start running, and he gets really close to the end zone, and I jump to try to get him. And like I said, I was wearing my school clothes, and at my old school we wore uniforms. And I was super mad because when I jumped, we were playing in the grassy field, and I jumped to try to touch him, right? And as I jumped, I realized I just got green grass all over my legs. And don't forget, I was high during this entire thing because first time smoking, you're high as hell. So I have grass all over my legs, and I wasn't even mad at that point. I was just laughing so hard. Later on, after I sobered up, I was pretty mad. But we got to the point where, well, they won the game, so we got to the point where we were just like, all right, we're gonna go back to the house. And So we went back to his house. We started watching a movie or something like that. We ended up falling asleep on his couch. I don't remember if we went back into his room late at night or if he just slept there. Pretty sure we slept there. And then in the morning, his brother took us over to the thing. Or to like the, I'm just going to call it trampoline park. He takes us over to the trampoline park. And I'm like, okay, this is, it's pretty nice, it's going to be pretty fun. We get there. And, well, actually, no, we're in the car, right? And during the car ride there, we're, like, riding. And I see all of a sudden that my friend, Robert, he's pulling out his pen, right? And if you don't know, you have to charge your pens so that they work. He plugs it in to the thing, like the car charger, while his brother and his friend are in the front seats just sitting there, and he's trying to hide it from them because, he stole it. And he's hiding it from them, and then they turn around, and he immediately pulls it out of the charging thing and puts it in his pocket. And I'm just like, how did you not just get caught from that? And also, guys, sorry about, like, if you see anything, like, any text in this video or any ads or anything like that, they don't promote me. Sorry, it's not the best editing right now. But, I'm working with what I got, But, anyway, so, where was I? We get to the place, and we go inside, and he drops us off, he pays and everything like that. We start running around, and we're having a pretty good time, and I was young at this time, so, of course, we're having the greatest time ever. We're running around, and we go to this, because we're trying to figure out, like, a place, like, where we can smoke, right? I couldn't think of anywhere, but then he's like, I have an idea. So, in the back left corner of the building, there was this little ball pit, right? Well, actually, it was like a medium-sized ball pit. We go back there, and inside the ball pit, there's like this little wall at the back, and there's like a ladder, like rope ladder type thing across the top, so you can climb over it and try not to fall in, right? Well, there's a wall, and if you, like, under it is like a little, like, it's a wall, so you can go behind it, and nobody can really see you. No workers or anything. So we go back there, and we're taking a couple hits. And my friend takes, like, 2 hits, and then he passes it to me. I put it in my mouth, and the second I put it in my mouth, a little kid comes around the corner, and I immediately put it away. And he's like, what was that in your mouth? And I was like, oh, that was my inhaler, But, we're trying to chill back here, so, you can go back to your mom now. He's like, oh, okay, and then walks off. And I'm like, oh, thank you. So then I take a couple of hits, and I give it back to my friend so he can put it in his pocket. And he puts it in his pocket, and thank God, because the worker comes back, and he's like, hey, you guys okay? And we're like, oh, yeah, everything's good. And we get up, and we leave. Well, we didn't leave the place, but we start running around having fun again. Eventually, we leave, and we go back to his house. And the next morning, I get picked up by my mom, and, I go back to home. But that was the first time I ever smoked weed. I think it was a pretty fun time, in my opinion. It wasn't the best time I've ever smoked weed, because, trust me, there's a lot of times that I've done that. But it was a pretty good time, in my opinion. But, yeah, let me know how you guys liked the video. Comment down below. And, now for the thing I was going to talk about. For I don't know how long, but for a long while, I'm probably going to be taking a break from YouTube. There's a lot of other things I got to be worrying about, and I'm not sure if this is one of the main things I can worry about all the time. So, I don't know. I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you guys updated. But for the most part, I don't know what's going to be happening. But thanks to all my supporters, everybody who's been looking out for me. Love you all. Bye.